What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis here, back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about United Airlines stock. Now, this is a really important conversation that we need to have today, mainly because look at what this stock has done to my portfolio. Total, I am now down $1,000 on this stock because of a $60 call that I did, and I definitely know it's gonna reach that $60 quota. It's just gonna take a little while. I have until June 18th. It's already what day is it? It's April 12th. So I have some time to reach up $60, but I don't care about the money. Like, that's not what this video is about at all. What this video is about is more the decisions that United Airlines is making. Now, if we come down here, we can see that they're negative for their earnings. All right, so their earnings call is already negative, right? So on top of that, we can go over here to the and look at my profile. Now I'm down $9,100. Now I'm at $9,100 right now, and down 35% on United Airlines. So why is United Airlines down so bad today, other than their earnings call? Well, United Airlines has just decided to do something new that no other airlines has done. Now, this is why they are down. They have recently announced that women and people of color will be 50% of United Airlines, and there will be new pilot trainees. So someone fresh out of, let's say, McDonald's, someone fresh out of school, someone fresh out of whatever, anyone can now be a pilot. All they have to do is be a woman or someone of color, and they are now a pilot as long as they go through the new program that they are creating. They're having a program now, and they say by 2030, United Airlines plans to train 5,000 new pilots at its new pilot training academy, at least half being women and people of color. So let's talk about this. Now, the problem that I see with this is that, all right, so before we get to the problem with this, let's first talk about where most of our pilots come from. So most of our pilots are actually coming from they're actually coming from the Air Force. They're coming from the military. And fun fact, most people inside of the military that are like actually like, you know, able to fly the planes. The people that are actually flying the planes, they're usually men. So you're usually seeing white men as pilots, because they're usually the ones that are coming from the military that are actually certified to fly these planes. So it's not because they don't think black people are incapable of flying a plane. It's not because they think women are incapable of flying planes. It's because the people that are flying the planes are the ones that are certified, and they just so happen to be the white people that are inside of the military. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the academy that they're making. They say being the only major U.S. airline with its own flight school. So they're going to have their own flight school where they're actually training people to become pilots, which is, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. All right, let's keep going. So they're going to call it United Aviate Academy, and United Airlines announced in a statement that it would begin accepting applications for its commercial airline pilot training program after completing the Aviate program's criteria. All 5,000 pilots will be guaranteed a job with United Airlines. United aims to hire more than 10,000 pilots in the next decade and have the largest fleet of wide-body aircraft in North America, offering new candidates opportunities to advance their careers within United Airlines, according to the airline. Okay. So, another one thing to think about is also when the pilots are flying the planes, really the computers are mainly flying the planes. The pilots are just controlling the options that the computer has. The pilots are controlling the direction of the plane, and they're telling the computer where to direct the plane. All right, so the pilots, they're really not the ones that are really flying the planes. The computers are flying the planes. The pilots are controlling the planes. So there's they're both completely different. And a lot of people have a problem with this new announcement because they're saying they don't want their lives in the hand of someone just because their gender or their race, which I completely understand that. They don't want someone to be hired as a pilot just because their gender or their race. Now, another thing to think about is that since the pilots really aren't flying the planes, they're controlling it, what makes women and black people or minorities in general any less qualified to fly a plane, even though they're really not flying the plane, they're controlling the plane. So they need to be qualified to control the plane. They're really not flying it, the computer is flying the plane. So a lot of conservatives are really mad at this because They don't think that people should be flying planes based on their gender or race, and I don't think so either, but I also don't think anyone should be excluded. So if we have a new program where they're offering opportunity to women and minorities, well, who's not to say, like, let's say white people want to go in there, like, you can still go in there. If you're a white male, you can still go to the academy. So they're really not excluding anyone, they're just including a new group of people. Now, the problem a lot of people have with this, they don't want an unqualified person to fly them. Do you really think United Airlines would let someone unqualified fly one of their planes and put their business into jeopardy? No, they are going to train these women up to par. They are going to train these minorities up to par. They are going to train these people to be professional pilots. Now, let's keep reading. It says, organizations involved in the initiative. So let's see the organizations that are involved with this initiative for their academy. All right. The Academy plans to enroll 100 students in 2021. Thanks to scholarship commitments from United Airlines and JP Morgan Chase, so the Chase Bank. So the Academy's first class of 20 pilots will start their studies in the third quarter of 2021 and will graduate in the first half of 2022. JP Morgan Chase, the airline's credit card partner, has pledged US $1.2 million to help women and people of color admitted into United Aviate Academy, the organization of black aerospace professionals, sister of the Skies, the Latino Pilots Association, and the Professional Asian Pilots Association will all assist in the selection of candidates for the United and JP Morgan Chase scholarships and grants. So there's a bunch of organizations coming together to make this happen. And they all say, also in Delaware State University, Elizabeth City State University, and Hampton University have collaborated with the organization to find top talent and attract them into the Aviate program. Additionally, United Airlines has teamed up with Sallie Mae to provide private student loans to United Aviate Academy students that need additional funding. Aviate pilot program. All right, so let's read this. The airline states that candidates can get an United Airlines pilot career development program offering aspiring and established pilots the most direct path to its flight deck in as little as 2 months by training at United Aviate Academy. All right, so they're going to start training new people this year. They're going to start training new people to fly their planes this year. And a lot of people just do not like the idea that people aren't going to be flying the planes based on their skills. They're going to be flying the planes based on their gender or race. But you got to think, they're picking the people based off their gender or race. But the actual people that are going to fly are going to be the actual people that are qualified, the actual people that go through the academy and actually pass everything and actually qualify and actually want to fly the planes. Now, this is a really sticky situation because obviously people don't like this. A lot of people don't like this, and we got to be honest, like, minorities, we're minorities for a reason. We're not the majority of United States Americans. All right, we are not the majority of Americans, but the majority of Americans are men and women, right? But minorities, we are not the majority of Americans, which is black, Hispanic, Asian, all that. We are not the majority of Americans. The majority of Americans are white. They are white men and they are white women. Now, they include women as minorities because women do not dominate the airline space. They say less than 5% of pilots are actually women. So that's why they're trying to get more women the opportunity. So this is a big thing because obviously we have people that are sexist in this world and we have people that are racist. And unfortunately, people in this world who are sexist and racist are also invested into the stock market. So when we have something like this happening, we're going to have massive sales of people who do not believe women or minorities deserve to fly planes based off of their race, because they're not looking at the whole picture. They're not looking at the fact that United Airlines is actually starting an academy to where they're actually qualifying these people. They're actually giving these people certifications. They're teaching them how to fly the plane. So random women and random minorities are not going to be flying the plane. Actual certified women and actual certified minorities are going to be flying the plane. Now, I'm not sure if I'm too optimistic on the stock right now or not. Like, I don't know if I'm optimistic or pessimistic on it, because I definitely believe that, like, this is a good opportunity for people. New jobs are going to be made. People are going to have careers that they love, and that's all good. And yeah, that's all good, but a majority of the people online that I'm seeing are saying they do not want their lives in the hand of someone based off of their race or gender. When they're saying when they're 6 miles into the air, when they're 30,000 feet in the air, they do not want to be controlled by someone just because of their race. They don't want a woman to fly them if the woman is not certified. And what these people are like missing is that these people, the women and the minorities, are going to be certified. They're going to be certified by 2030, and they're going to be certified inside of an academy where United Airlines actually teaches them how to fly the planes. Now, this is important because a lot of people are missing that fact. They're just looking at the fact that women and minorities are about to have an opportunity, and they're not happy with that. And there, a lot of people, there's a lot of closed-minded people out here. Like, I believe women and minority do deserve the opportunity to fly planes, but I definitely believe United Airlines should have came about this in a different way. Maybe they shouldn't have made this public, and it should have just been something that they did. They just took a bunch of people in and they trained them, and then at the end they revealed that they trained these people and why they trained them and that they are trained. But the only thing people are looking at is the word women and the word minorities. And there are sexist people in this world, and there are also racist people in this world. And there's obviously a gender war going on, and there's obviously a race war going on. So this is very, very bad for the stock, and that's why we are down so much today. That's why we are down so much for the week. And it's really scary to look at because that's where a lot of my money is right now, because I have options calls there for June 18th. So if it doesn't go up to $60 by June 18th, I lose the whole $3,000. Now, I don't really care about the money right now. What I'm really concerned about is like the state of the airline industry right now, because now other airlines are going to follow in United Airlines footsteps. Now, the only thing that I want to come out of this is certified pilots. I don't care if the pilots are women. I don't care if the pilots are minorities. I don't care if they're black. I don't care if they're white. I can have the most racist white man fly me on a plane, and I do not give two flying F's about who's flying the plane. I just want to get to my destination safely. So honestly, none of this matters to me because I'm not a pilot myself, so I'm not going to benefit from this. And the only thing that matters to me right now is where is this stock going to go? And I know it could sound a little bit insensitive, but come on, think about it. Like, they're pilots, they're getting certified. It doesn't matter if they're women, it doesn't matter if they're minorities. The only thing that matters is that they're certified. And the United Aviate Academy promises that they are going to certify these people. So I do not care if the woman is flying me. I do not care at all, as long as she is flying me well. As long as she is flying me to my destination safely and then on time, that is all that matters. So I definitely believe that women and minorities deserve an opportunity to be included into this industry. I just think that it should go about a different way. Maybe they should like not try to be so big on saying women and minorities. Why don't you just say people of diversity instead of, singling out women and singling out minorities? They specifically said black people as well. And obviously some people are going to feel some type of way about that. I just think they went about this the wrong way. They should have just said diverse pilots, all right? Diverse pilots can be anything. Diverse pilots can be tall pilots, they can be short pilots. They can be skinny, they could be fat. They could be black, they could be white. They could be male, they could be female. That's what they should have did. They should have just said diverse. But now that they said women and minorities and black people, now we have the sexist people selling out of the stock. Now we have sexist people looking at the stock and criticizing it. Now we have racist people selling out of the stock. We have racist people criticizing the stock. And now we just have a bunch of... It's just the stock is going up in flames right now. I think in the long run, we should definitely see more gains in United Airlines. I just think for right now, in short term, we're going to be going in a bear market for United Airlines because of their earnings call was negative and because of this announcement here. So what does this mean for everyone that's invested into United Airlines? Well, this pretty much means maybe for the next week, for the next month, we are all going to be losing a lot of money. I'm probably going to lose my whole $3,000, which really doesn't matter. I'll make it back. But one thing I would like to say about United Airlines is I'm upset with the people. I'm upset with the people that they didn't give the benefit of the doubt to United Airlines, and they're not giving the benefit of the doubt to the women and the minorities given this opportunity. People think that just because they're women and minorities, that they're just going to hire people based off that and not their skills. That is totally incorrect. They're hiring people that actually want to become pilots, that are actually going to put in the time and effort to become pilots. These women and minorities want to become pilots, and they're going to an academy and learning to become pilots. They're learning to fly planes. They're not just going to put a random woman right off the street into a plane, flying hundreds of people, putting their lives into the hand of someone that's not qualified. These women and these minorities are going to be qualified to fly these planes. So it's not an idea of sex. It's not an idea of race. It's more of an idea of skills and morals. It's like, yes, if a woman has the same skills as a man, she should be able to fly the plane. If a minority has the same skills as a white person, they should be approved to fly that plane. It's all about the skills and the qualifications. It's not about the race. It's not about the gender. So I definitely see this stock maybe going down, maybe about 10 more percent, which will be really bad. I hope it doesn't go down 10%. I hope it only goes up, but we can only hope at this point. And yeah, I definitely felt some type of way looking at this, seeing my returns, and then looking up the news why it happened, and seeing that it's all because of race and sex. It just confirms that the gender war, the race war, it's all going up in flames right now. We definitely have sexist people in this world. We definitely have racist people in this world, and it's a very terrible thing to think about. But I just pray that the stock goes up from here so I can make money, and I pray that these people are not pushed out of the industry because of what people think about them, just because of their race or their gender. I definitely want everyone to have opportunities inside this industry to grow. But yeah, it's definitely a sad thing to see that people still have a problem with other people's genders and race. But yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and look at the description. You will see a link to Robinhood. Click that link and you will get a free stock for signing up for Robinhood. And as always, I will be back with another video. Thank you for watching this video and have a good day.